Howdy, howdy. Welcome on in to the pre-show before the free show.
With two well-rested, cogently, put together people between Pickle and I. Do you feel more comfortable in that chair?
No, I like it over there better.
Do you want to come stay over here?
No. No one will run the computer. That won't work.
I mean, it's running right now. We just won't be able to change anything. That would be just like a static shot of us, just talking into, and by the way, you wouldn't even be on camera because we only got a single can today. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the pre-show before the free show. I'm Greg. That's Ashley. A moment on kids for a moment. So I have, as you can probably imagine, instilled my love of Thanksgiving into my children.
Which is good.
One could say, a cynic would say that I indoctrinated them. A optimist and someone who views the world through looks for beauty in the world would say that I told them that Thanksgiving existed and my children were smart enough to understand that I'm right. Mm-hmm. Right? That would be the beautiful way of thinking about it. Have you put up your Thanksgiving decorations yet?
Yeah. I mean, our fall decorations have been up for a while. Mm-hmm. So yeah, our neighbor has a Gobbles.
A Gobbles.
I audibly yelled, "Oh my God, it's a Gobbles!"
Mm-hmm. Gobbles is our inflatable turkey. He lives in our yard. Mm-hmm. And Gobbles, looking like a snack, looking good. Yeah, every time he gets out there, I'm just like, buddy, you're looking thick with two C's. Like you're looking thick with 2 C's. So when we first got Gobbles, it was around, I guess it would be like Hank was Max's age right now. And when we put Gobbles up for the first time, Hank immediately ran up and hugged him. Mm-hmm. Because again, I'm raising my kids right. Not criticizing anyone else.
No,
I'm just saying I'm putting that one in the win column.
Yeah.
Okay?
It deserves to go there.
Maybe it's genetics. Maybe it's parenting. We can have a nature versus nurture conversation. Max, same thing. Just runs up and hugs Gobbles.
That rocks.
Didn't do it to our inflatable bat for Halloween. We'll see what happens with our inflatable gingerbread man for Christmas. And yes, we're an inflatable family, but we only have one per season because my wife would say we can't look Hoosier, as my Midwest wife would say.
That's funny.
But yes, but he didn't do it for the bat. He didn't run up and hug the bat. He ran up and hugged Gobbles.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. He's also he's very into pumpkins. Max is very into pumpkins. He thinks pumpkins are great. He calls them momos.
Okay, well, that's...
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. I've tried to correct him, and he's just like, Momo.
I don't even... I guess I'm trying to figure out more, so, like...
It's got the in it, but pumpkins? I don't know.
Like, calling cows momos would make sense.
Yeah, but they're just
yeah.
to him. We have upgraded our vocabulary because I think I told you this, but for a while there, everyone was Nana.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was Nana. I'm Nana. Brother's Nana. We've upgraded.
Oh, nice.
Now, it's like hey, will be about as close as we're gonna get for Hank. Because that's a tough, like consonant combo platter. There.
No, it definitely is.
Mama is Mama. I'm serious. He does that every time. Okay? Perhaps you're wondering, well, Tepper, what does he call you? I'm not kidding. I have tape of this. Dada. Every time. Mama's always said in like the sweetest voice. He like turns his head. He's like,
that is so funny.
And for me, it's just like, it's Voldemort.
Yeah, well,
I guess I've earned that. So if you're wondering which of his parents Max loves the most, I think the jury is back.
When I was little, apparently I said da, and my mom thought I was saying like da. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, her first word, she said da." And my dad goes, "She'll say da to anything," and he points at a doorknob and goes, "Ashley, what's that?" And I went, "Da."
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You should just call your dad Door. Just text him and be like,
he's just Knob.
What's going on, Door? What's going on, Knob?
Knob. LP.
That would be great. Shout out LP. All right, hit the theme expo. Pickle! Hit the arrow sign. Yes, y'all. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a show on the internet. My name is Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football magazine, texasfootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us, whether you're watching us live, texasfootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all the places, or just listen to the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I'm sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is the Duchess of the Dorks. She's Miss 305, Miss 915, Miss 956, Miss 806. Yeah, okay. I'll give you the Lubbock area, too. She's Ashley Pickle.
I do like Lubbock.
I like Lubbock, too. Today is Tuesday. I'll be honest.
I literally, did you see what I just tweeted?
No.
It's a GIF and it says, man, what a week. And the guy says, Captain, it's only Wednesday. And I changed it to Tuesday. And I said, it's me.
Have you ever seen 30 Rock?
Captain. No.
Ever seen 30 Rock?
Yeah, I've seen half of it.
There's a joke in there of like Liz Lemon says to Alec Baldwin, boy, what a week. And he goes, Lemon, it's Wednesday.
Yes, I have seen, yes.
Yeah.
That's what it goes off of. But it's only Tuesday. This is the most hellacious feeling Tuesday of all Tuesdays.
It is. It
only gets worse.
Today is Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. It is 16 days until Thanksgiving. Happy 40th birthday. I'm going to perk you up here.
Okay.
Happy 40th birthday to Adam Devine, best known as Kelvin Gemstone.
Kelvin.
Happy birthday to Kelvin
rocks.
Gemstone. Keith's best friend.
Yes. Most importantly, Keith's best friend.
Most importantly, Keith's best friend.
I also hardcore associate him with Pitch Perfect because he
That's
plays
right, he
a
is in Pitch Perfect.
fantastic character in Pitch Perfect.
Is he like a? I haven't seen Pitch Perfect. I'm sorry. Is he a villain?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
like
persona,
the snob, yeah.
Yes, but his persona in Righteous Gemstones, like it's like the same character. There are definitely some differences, but he plays, which I feel like in a lot of his roles, he plays that same type of character. But that it's very similar.
Wow. Can I read you something from Adam Devine's? By the way, we don't have a ton on today's show, folks. We don't have a ton on the first segment because we forgot to book it. And
because we've been a little busy.
My brain is a little scrambled. So it's a vibes-based first segment. Then we'll talk with Craig Way, the Texas High School Hall of Famer, round it all out with Dave Campbell's Texan Life Top 10 Plays a Week. So if you got questions, like we could field a few questions here in the interim. So get them in the comments, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll call it bonus Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday on Tuesday. Let me read you from the Adam Devine Wikipedia page. May I?
Yeah, please do.
In June 1995, when Devine was 11, he walked his bicycle across a road in Omaha. As he waited for 3 cement trucks to pass, a 4th truck, which he had not seen due to the traffic traveling in the opposite direction, struck him while he was in the street. The first 2 wheels of the 42-ton truck rolled over him, and he slid 500 feet. He was knocked unconscious, suffered acute shock, and fell into a coma. He had 26 surgeries over several years and spent much of his time in a wheelchair.
Okay, is that real or is that like a Wikipedia edit?
I'm looking for a... Yeah.
Holy cow.
Devine was at high risk of having both his legs amputated. Yeah, this is a story. This is a real deal. Getting hit by a cement truck. Anyway.
That's wild.
Happy 40th birthday to Adam Devine. Really and truly. Go Kelvin Gemstone.
That's crazy.
Okay. We will get into a few different things. Like I said, we don't have a first segment. We're just kind of vibing here. So if you got questions, we can answer a few of them before we get to Craig Way at 12:15 or so. A few things on TexasFootball.com I want to draw your attention to because, as you can probably imagine, there's a lot of like takeover of high school football stuff. So bracketology's up. I broke down every one of the of the Texas high school playoff brackets. Boy, what did they average? Like 7 minutes?
Yeah.
God, I gotta stop talking.
Yeah, it almost felt like since you didn't have another person, you felt like you had to talk about every single school. So they were longer this year than I think they've ever been in the past. I looked at Ish and I was like, this is your fault.
This is his fault.
I agree. I honestly think many things are Ish's faut, but this is actually factually one of them.
As you know, I'm team Ish, and yet here I am throwing him under the bus.
Me and Mallory, one of us.
We put out the final regular season rankings on TexasFootball.com yesterday. Nobody cares. But we did. There were a few. I do want to make sure we mention the teams that are newly ranked, right? There's a few like notable things. New into the rankings, Bridgeland cracked the top 25, number 25. The number 1 team to end the year in 6A was Galena Park North Shore. There's a new number 1 in 5A Division 2. Congratulations to Montgomery Lake Creek, the new number 1 team in 5A Division 2.
Yeah,
San Antonio Piper also ranked at number 9 in 5A Division 2. Frisco Panther Creek is ranked at number 8. Congratulations to the Panthers. I believe there's their first ranking in program history. Bay City re-enters the rankings at number 9 in 4A Division 1. Gilmer back into the rankings in 4A Division 2. They finished the year 7-3. Elsewhere, he said to himself, Mason is ranked in 2A Division 1. They finished the year number 9.
Back.
And how about 10-0 Axtell ranked
Let's
for
go.
maybe the first time in program history.
Correct
They are 10. They finished the year 10-0. Sunray re-enters the rankings at number 10 in 2A Division 2, and then Rising Star enters the rankings at number 9 in 1A Division 2 as well. So I want to make sure we mention that because we were a little busy yesterday. Normally we do rankings reveal. I know they're kind of like not silly, but like because they're good for posterity's sake. But it's like it really does feel like. With those types of things, when you're doing those rankings, you're like finishing the drill. You're like, okay, I got to go make sure, like, I got to touch the line. Make sure you're doing that. So make sure go on textball.com to see the rankings. Elsewhere, breaking news from today. It's kind of we knew it was coming, but state championship games tickets are now on sale.
Mm-hmm.
$20 for the whole day.
That's such a steal.
Get you in for 3 games.
On top of the fact that like if you've never been to AT&T Stadium, you get to go see the stadium for $20, which is. You can't do that anywhere else.
$20 to get in. It's cheaper than a tour.
Yes.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like the tour's like the tour last I saw was like $28.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper than the tour. You can sit anywhere. I would say this is a free note for the UIL. I think they would do some numbies if, and maybe they're just giving away money at that point. But like, I would say, hey, $45. Whole weekend, like a weekend pass.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That'd be hard to like negotiate with AT&T Stadium, but like I wonder if you could do something like that because I do think about I'm like $20 for a whole day of football is not a ton. $80 for a whole weekend is still a great deal, like per game.
Oh yeah.
Per game, you're paying $8 a game, $7 a game, but. I also understand that like $80 is kind of hard to come up with sometimes. I wonder if they could do a deal. It's like, $45. You get in for like half price, a little more than half price. So all our predictions, textfootball.com/playoffs where you get all the brackets, of course. Our bracket challenge is live. You nerds, go on there and pick your winners. Pick the state champions, and if you do, you'll win fabulous prizes, which I don't know what they are. Because
do I get to win a prize?
Yeah. What do you want to win?
I made predictions.
What do you want to win?
$1 million.
$1 million. The prize is $1 million. That is a lie that I just said. That is not true. The prize is not $1 million. It might be 50, but it's not $1 million.
Same thing.
There's a lot of good college football stuff on textfootball.com that kind of gets thrown by the wayside when high school football takes over, including Texas State is bowl bound for the first time in program history. And Texas State, with their big win last week over Georgia Southern, I would say it's an upset win over Georgia Southern, but they trounced them. And then did you see the video of everybody jumping in the lake or jumping in the river rather?
Yeah, it's not a lake.
There's
Dampus jumped in.
UTSA beat North Texas.
That seems irrelevant.
Hardin-Simmons won the American Southwest Conference. Congratulations to them. And then also we have a story from Mike Craven, who was Carter Yates, rather, who was at the Texas and Kansas State game. So we've got that on there as well. So make sure you go check all that stuff out. There is one other thing we need to do before we get to a Craig Way pickle. Mm-hmm. The NFL week has come and gone.
Okay. We have questions.
Oh, okay. Let's do a couple questions. I'm sorry. Yes, do a couple questions.
I don't want to talk about the Cowboys.
Well, we also have to do the NFL minute here in a moment.
Oh, also that. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
No. Let's do a couple questions and then we'll
Sorry,
do the NFL
no.
minute.
I thought you were going to sit here and just roast me about the Cowboys.
No, this is what happens when we don't book a show.
I was totally prepared for you to be like, and we need to talk about how the Cowboys lost to the Eagles.
Did you watch the game?
Yes. Well, kind of. It was on in the background as I was scheduling playoff games. So anytime that I heard
the game.
like
Dak Prescott played really well.
Yeah.
Terrence Steele is unplayable right now.
Yeah.
The right tackle.
I didn't watch much of it. When I heard their voices get loud, I like turned and looked real fast, and then I went back to what I was doing.
Yeah. You were. Anyway, we have a couple questions. Let's do 2 questions.
Okay, we have a ton of them, so we don't need any for a mailbag. We'll answer
Good. We'll
the
keep
rest
them
of
for a
these
mailbag.
for
Come
mailbag.
back on Friday. We'll answer them in mailbag.
By district game y'all are looking forward to.
I mean, so I guess this is also breaking news, but Lake Travis and Vandergrift will be live on Bally Sports Southwest, and it'll be Craig Way, who's great. We're going to join him here in a moment. Austin Ivan on sidelines. We love Austin Ivan, don't we? Mm-hmm. And me on color commentary.
Well, you had me in the first half.
So Vandergrift.
The first 2/3.
Vandergrift, Lake Travis. Denton Ryan, Lake Belton. Gilmer Center is the sicko game of the week. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I think that's my favorite game. And then, yeah. So, spoiler for the picks. Please watch it on Thursday or whenever it comes out. Hipster game of the week. Hipster game. Three Rivers in La Villa is a low-key banger. That's a low-key banger. Three Rivers in La Villa and 2A.
Klein Canyon Bridgeland.
Klein Canyon Bridgeland is an outstanding game as well. Yeah.
Louisville and Allen.
Louisville, Allen. There's a lot of good games. There's 352 of them. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of good games. What do you want me to say? Those are the ones that I mean in spring. Westbrook and Rankin is a certified heater. So yeah. Okay, let's do a couple more. Go.
Let's see. Coming from a Prosper guy, Allen has a real shot to still make a semifinal. How likely do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, 6A Division I, Region 1 actually I think sets up pretty well for Allen, but like that game with Louisville is like, you want to talk about two Jekyll and Hyde teams.
Yes.
That when they play to their paper, they're among the best teams in 6A Division 1. When they don't, they can lose to anybody. And so if they get past Louisville, I think it opens up. And they got an opportunity to run. But yeah, I think, Allen's just a team that like inconsistency has been the problem. If they figure it out, game on. Like I'm not throwing dirt on Allen at all. But they got to get past Louisville, and Louisville is a high variance team themselves. And Louisville, when they play well, they're like a top 15 team. Mm-hmm. They're really talented. So that's a fascinating game in the opener. That's in Louisville, right? Allen's out Louisville? Yeah, because they lost to Prosper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, someone else is playing at Allen. Two other teams are.
Yeah, so.
Finally, what do you look forward to eating on state championship week? The mac and cheese at AT&T Stadium.
Oh, you are such a... Can you get that from the concession stand?
I don't know.
See, here you go. This is Ivory Tower pickle here,
dude.
Because our friend Matt Wilson at the Arlington Convention Visitors Bureau often invites us down to his suite, and he always has too much food, and he's just like, "Hey, please eat, please eat." And we are very bad about eating at state championship games, and so whenever we go down there, he's like pinning us against the wall. He's like, "You go eat right now," and then mac and cheese hits. The
mac and cheese is so good. Like, I hyped it up to my dad the first time he came. I was like, hey, you're not ready for this, but like this mac and cheese is going to change your life. Their pasta salad at AT&T Stadium is really good too. Pasta salad. But the mac and cheese is like, I sometimes will get the box lunches from AT&T like through Dave Campbell's, and I'm always like, someone set aside the mac and cheese for me.
Two things for that's available to the masses instead of you got to have.
I'm sure you can get the mac and cheese access somewhere.
Two things. One, of course, Super Bowl nachos.
I don't look forward to that because
the proof when you've given up.
You don't have to sit in a room. Not that I had to last year, but you don't have to sit in a room with Step after he's had Super Bowl nachos.
And two. That's painful. Saturday they roll out the barbecue. They got the barbecue going, and their barbecue's legit. Like, I don't know what they do to it.
The whole in-house kitchen stuff at AT&T Stadium is actually really, really good. Like, from stadium food.
You can eat, for stadium food, you can eat really well.
If you want normal stuff, like the chicken tenders, which I think that's where you can get the mac and cheese with, but the chicken tenders are actually very, very good at AT&T.
Did she go to a drink place? Don't say the name.
Yes, she did, and she brought me one.
And she didn't bring me one?
No.
Mallory! See if she answers. Mallory!
Dude, she can't hear. Like, in general, she's very hard of hearing. There's no way. Oh, Kimmy heard. Here she comes.
Mallory, come here.
Run away.
I told you we didn't book a first segment. Hi. Did you go to a, we're on the air. Did you go to a, don't say the name, but a fast food establishment and get drinks? Yes. Did you get me one? Explain yourself.
I just want to apologize.
No, why would you apologize to him?
For not asking him.
That's too many negatives, I think. One more thing. Hi, Mallory. We're all a little delirious.
You got me a drink, though, right? I did. Let's go. Eating dubs over here. Taking dubs.
Imagine if this is somebody's first episode of Texas Football Today. Imagine. And now let's go to our chief NFL correspondent, my mom, with the NFL Minute.
Hi, this is Tep Mom reporting the NFL moment for this week. I'm going to highlight Aaron Jones, running back for the Green Bay Packers, who had 1 touchdown, and he also had 4 receptions for 26 yards. He went to El Paso Burgess High School and attended UTEP. That's it for this week. You guys have a good one, and congratulations, World Series winners, Texas Rangers.
Born and bred in Texas hits a little different, as it should. Texas loves doing business with fellow Texans. VCR Now takes its Texas roots as seriously as its many partnerships with schools and universities around the state. It's also why we're so proud to promote our brand in the pages of the Texas Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and on the airwaves of Texas Football Today. Driven by producing quality broadcast video, state-of-the-art audio, and LED video scoreboards at affordable prices, VCR Now makes sure to listen to your needs in its athletic department before recommending the next best steps. Building great products is our business, and it's our focus on building meaningful, long-term partnerships with our clients that sets us apart. From our 24/7, 365-day help desk, the training lab in our hometown of Red Oak, or our sports marketing business plan that puts money back in the hands of our athletic departments we support, VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
I feel like bustin' loose, bustin' loose, come on. Get on up. Oh yeah, get on up. Bustin' loose when you wanna sing, bustin' loose, baby, do your thing. Talking about bustin' loose, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Potter, Executive Director of Be Well Texas. Too many people are struggling alone these days, and alcohol and drug deaths are increasing. We started Be Well Texas to offer high-quality, science-based addiction treatment and recovery services anywhere, even at home. We provide compassionate, caring support virtually or in person. In many cases, there is no cost for treatment if you don't have insurance. Really. Welcome to Be Well Texas. We're glad you're here.
Pickle, let's go to the hotline. We are pleased to be joined by a man who will consume all 352 UIL Texas high school football games simultaneously this weekend. We're joined by the Hall of Famer Craig Way. Mr. Way, how are you?
I'm lapping it up, every drop of it.
It is the most wonderful time of the year. And so there's a lot to talk about with the Texas high school football playoffs. I'll start with this. Is there a bracket? It can be 6A Division I, can be 1A Division II. Is there a bracket that you are going to be particularly locked into for one reason or another, whether it's just looks like a march to a championship for one particular favorite or complete chaos somewhere else? Is there one bracket that intrigues you more than the others?
Well, I've been saying this for several weeks now, and you have as well, I think, that at least as far as the regular season was unfolding, we were both saying that what could be the most fascinating bracket to watch would be 3A Division I. And I'm not quite ready to come off of that because of all the favorites and the potential of some really interesting second and third and certainly fourth round matchups in that. However, because of the late precincts reporting in 6A Division I and what dumped schools the D1 that we thought would be D2, clearly it would be short-sighted of me to not say that 6A Division I could be every bit as entertaining and fascinating as any other division in any other bracket. And you know, you think about this, Tep, 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, really weren't saying that about 6A D1. Remember, we were kind of saying, yeah, it's Duncanville and it's North Shore and yeah, it's kind of Duncanville, North Shore. We were kind of saying that. Now, maybe not as much because of the way that more, you might say, logs have been put on the 6A D1 fire and that we could have a raging inferno by the time we get 3-4 rounds deep into this thing.
And I'll go a step further with that because I agree with you. The 6A conversation is particularly interesting this year on both sides in the sense that, yes, we piled a ton of contenders into the 6A Division I clown car, right? Katy goes to Division I after playing in a state semifinal last year. Vandegrift goes to Division I after playing in a 6A Division I state, or 6A Division II, rather, state championship game last year. That is interesting. I would also say don't take your eye off the ball with 6A Division II, because even though the brand names may have matriculated over to the larger bracket, Division II, that means that it's going to be much more wide open, and in my view, could mean that that is the most likely to have an AT&T Stadium party crasher in my mind. And that, to me, it's twofold. Yes, 6A Division I is going to be fascinating, but I hate to say like the remnants of 6A Division II, but that free-for-all may be all the more intriguing.
Yeah, I see where you're going with it, and you're right. I think you could put it into two different things. Obviously, the heavyweights, we're looking at 6A D1, and part of the reason we're looking at it that way is because, let's be honest, the most recognizable state championship annually contending teams, that's a mouthful, in 6A are this year in the D1 bracket. Yes, we have Duncanville, we have North Shore, and we now, as you mentioned, we have Katy, we have Vandegrift, we have even Allen. I mean, recognizable names that are in that D1 bracket. However, you still have a defending state champ in D2 that seems well equipped for defending that title in DeSoto. And then you're right, especially in the bottom part of the bracket, there are some fresh faces, some new contenders, some new threats. Cibolo Steel is a very recognizable name, clearly, but Summer Creek, right? There's going to be some names here that folks are, it kind of reminds me, remember the state championship game we had, I think it was 6 years ago in 17, when Cy Fair won. Now, Cy Fair had a recognizable name, but they had never appeared in a state final. And they get in there against Midway, and everybody said, okay, well, Midway looks the best equipped for it. And then Ed Pajowski's club just schooled them that night. It kind of almost reminds me of that year. So you're right. Following your lead, yeah, it could be a bit more wide open, even though you have the lead player there in DeSoto.
He's Craig Ways, Texas High School Hall of Famer, joins us every Tuesday here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation at #TF Today. All right, Craig, the press release ran out, so we can tell people that you and I are a little busy on Friday night. It'll be the great Austin Ivan, you and me on the call for Lake Travis and Vandegrift on a 7:05 kick on Bally Sports Southwest. And I know you and I have been on calls this morning with both coaches. What are you in particular going to be watching for in this game when they tee it up on Friday night? What particularly grabs your attention about this matchup?
There's a great deal. The word that continues to come to my mind about this is familiarity. Now, these two teams haven't played in 6 years since Vandegrift used to be in the district in their infancy days in 6A, when Westlake was controlling the top seed in the D2 bracket and Vandegrift was lining up as the runner-up there in the D2 bracket going in there, and Lake Travis was ruling the roost, not only in their district, but they were one of the top teams, obviously, in 6A during that whole stretch in 2016, 2017, right around that time. But the programs came to know each other. They know each other well, being in the greater Austin area. And there's more familiar. There are two players on the Vandegrift roster who were on the Lake Travis roster last year. One, a backup running back, may not matter that much, but the other, of course, is Jacob Henry, who was a standout defensive lineman for Lake Travis. Now he's a standout offensive lineman for a Vandegrift team that's loaded with outstanding offensive linemen. So these two teams know each other well. The coaches know each other well. They thought they were going to be playing each other in by district. And we all kind of had an amusing chuckle at how, 25-6A, the chaos that we know it to be, can throw everything out of whack. It did last year, and it kind of did a little bit this year in pushing Vandy to D1. So I think familiarity is the word that most comes to mind for me when these two teams get ready to tee it up Friday night.
We're going to, because obviously the game of the week is Lake Travis and Westlake, because Austin Ivan's on the call. So make sure she's doing outstanding sideline reporting there. Two jabronis will also be in the booth. I'm going to remove Lake Travis and Vandegrift from the conversation. I'll give you 3 options for a by-district game for you to teleport to that will not. Imagine this situation where you can do both. You can be working at Lake Travis, Vandegrift too. Do you go to Garden City for Rankin and Westbrook? Do you go down south to San Antonio Wagner and A&M Consolidated? Or do you go to the Houston area for Richmond, Randall, and Fort Bend Marshall? Which of those 3 games do you teleport to?
Wow.
Yeah.
They all have their appeal. The thing about Rankin and Westbrook is they know each other obviously very, very well. It's interesting that they meet so early, the way it's set up. That's a great deal of fun. I am really curious about Richmond Randall. Mm-hmm. We haven't said an awful lot about them this year, and they're obviously a relative newbie, and so seeing LA do against a dyed-in-the-wool playoff veteran with something to prove, I might add, in Marshall, since they took the earlier exit than folks thought last year, that one really has me intrigued. I'll give you another one. You want to go all the way down to 2AD2? How about some Granger Burton for you?
Yeah.
That could be a lot of fun as well. So, I think all of those are good.
We talked about this yesterday when we were doing our prediction special. The 2A, like one of the very interesting things about 2A Division 2 is if you take a look at that District 13 2A Division 2, which ended up coming down to a 3-way tie for first place between Granger, I'm trying to remember who else was in that, but Granger was in it as well as
Bremont.
Yes, Bremont and Chilton. Those 3, all in my opinion, district championship worthy, and they split the district championship. But as a result, Granger is the odd man out in the district in the tiebreak, and they get a first-round date with Burton as a result. I mean, those are the types of things that when you and I come on here and we say this is a big game, suddenly now is when those chickens come home to roost.
That is an easily identifiable 3rd or 4th round playoff matchup, and just like Rankin and Westbrook, it's one that you would not be surprised at all to see wind up. And it could be that the winner of that game winds up circling back around and meeting a Chilton or a Bremont in the 3rd or 4th round. It could happen. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. Those really intrigue me on the lower classifications, that and the 1A, the 6-man game. Those really come to mind. I think we've got several weeks of intriguing 6A games to watch, and 3A games, and really, for that matter, all the classifications, 4A and 5A as well. But the 6A, certainly, every week I think there's going to be a slam-bang game, starting with the one we have Friday night.
He's Craig Way. He's the Texas High School Football Hall of Famer. You can hear him on the Craig Way Show, 2 o'clock today on AM 1300 The Zone in Austin. You can see him on the call for Lake Travis and Vandegrift Friday night on Bally Sports Southwest, and then see him on High School Scoreboard Live alongside myself and Aaron Hardigan. Craig, appreciate your time, my friend, and happy playoffs.
Yes, postseason, let the games begin.
Absolutely. There he goes, Craig Way, the Texas High School Football Hall of Famer. Joins us every Tuesday here on Texas Football Today. Talk a little high school football. He's geeked up. You can tell.
Oh, always.
He's in his bag.
Yes.
This is prime Craig. This is way season.
Yes.
That's what this is. Anyway, we appreciate Craig taking a little bit of time with us. We are Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Coming up here in just a moment, the final regular season edition of the Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week. But first, let's find out who took home the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Week award.
Dave Campbell's Texas Football, in partnership with Ozarka, is proud to honor one team from each classification with the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Week Award. The teams selected throughout the course of this program have exemplified the best in Texas high school football. Congratulations to this week's recipients of the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Week Award. We salute you. For more information, visit texasfootball.com.
One last thing to do today, Pickle, to round out the regular season. We're done talking regular season after this. It's time to roll out the Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week from Week 11. It was a slam-bang affair in Week 11, and we've got all the plays to prove it. Here they are, the Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week.
Carson, airing it out, deep, man open, caught! Big first down inside the 15, Jacody Miles inside the 10, and thrown out of bounds at about the 7. Oh, what a dime thrown by Carson White!
Oh, no, another pass incomplete. Intercepted. This is Brandon Jones into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Week 11 on a Thursday night. Crazy.
This is 19-6A for you.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Willis looking to throw, slings it downfield. Marsh makes the catch. Get off me, he says, with a stiff arm. At the 45-yard line, steps out of another tackle, and there he goes. 10, 5, touchdown! That is one of the most impressive catch and run that you will ever see.
Davis Roop, the sophomore quarterback, calling for the ball. Good protection. Roop throwing. He's got an open man. Tatum Johnson. Tatum Johnson makes a man miss. Go to the pylon. Touchdown. Davis Roop to Tatum Johnson. No flags. 57 seconds to go.
On fourth down, they're going for it. Looking to pass. Williams trying to evade the pressure. Stays on his feet. Throws. End zone. Is it in? Is it in? Touchdown! Wow. Oh my goodness!
What a
yard marker still says 11, but it's 13 yards. Lagway throws over the middle. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Jermaine Bishop!
State trophy in December.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Willis looks to throw. He's going to fire this one up for Marsh. He goes up. What a catch! Touchdown, Warriors! Andrew Marsh from 19 yards out.
3rd and 10. Lagway rolls, throws it deep. It is caught! Touchdown, Willis! Jalen Mickens!
44 for Kobe Stover in the Titan offense. Stover, 3rd and long, he's flushed. On 3rd and 13, Stover just heaves it up, and it's going to be tipped and caught! It's caught! Going into the end zone! Touchdown, Samaj Pierre! Absolute insanity!
Samaj Pierre! Left side of Nguyen. Looks to be a handoff call for him. Probably a spotter play. And here's a pitch. Oh my God! Oh my God! Are you kidding me? He intercepted it. If he returns it, it's over. He's at the 30. Wynn's not going to catch him. The game is over. Oh my God! Miracle at Pflugerville.
There it is. Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week. I was sitting here. I hadn't seen them this week. And we got to number 3. And what did I say? I said to you, I said,
it's got to be
the Pflugerville play is not number 1, I'm going to riot.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up. I want to see. I can't remember who was on that call.
I think that's the play. It's like it's a great play, like in a vacuum. It's a great play if it happens in week 2, right? But considering
Zach Davis on the call there,
considering it sent Pflugerville to the playoffs,
crazy.
It might be the play of the year.
Yeah. Oh, yes. To walk off, to win the game, to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
A Remarkable win.
It was awesome.
For Pflugerville. Congratulations to them. Let's go over to Ashley Pickle for America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts.
If you haven't checked out our YouTube page, you are missing out because we have a ton of playoff content that was uploaded yesterday. So if you missed the show yesterday, Mallory, Tepp, and I went through and made our predictions for every single region of every single classification for the playoffs. All of those are broken down by classification, and then if you want an in-depth analysis from Tepp on every single region, our bracketology videos are up. So if you're not on youtube.com/Dave Campbell's TF, you need to get there now because it is popping off.
Ton of good stuff. Go to TexasFootball.com as well.
YouTube's probably like, would y'all chill for 2 seconds?
Yeah, we are flooding the zone. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Thanks again to the Hall of Famer Craig Way for being our guest. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please meet your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you tomorrow on Texas Football Today.